ये हमारा एक खसूसी दो राय का सीरीज़ है। उसके इब्तिदा में हम पाकिस्तान के 2 ममालिक के सफ़ीरों से कुछ गुफ्तगू करेंगे और कोशिश करेंगे कि रवायती और तारीफ़ी कलमात से बढ़कर कुछ मुस्बत और तामीरी इक़दामात की बात की जा सके। दोनों ममालिक के बीच ताउन किस तरह बढ़ाया जाए और ख़ुसूसी तौर पे पाकिस्तान को माशी तौर पे किस तरह फ़ायदा हो सकता है और जो उसकी नौजवान नस्ल है वो किस तरह वर्क स्ट्रीम में शामिल हो सकती है। हमारे साथ आज हैं एम्बेसडर शेल गुनार एरिक्सन। क्योंकि हमारे इंटरव्यूज़ अंग्रेज़ी में होंगे तो आपकी सहूलत के लिए सब टाइटल्स नीचे चल रहे होंगे, उर्दू तर्जुमा साथ साथ चल रहा होगा। Excellency, thank you so much for your time. I think one of the major questions foreign entities speak about Pakistan is a burgeoning population. There is a youth bulge in this country that is being considered in terms of a demographic dividend. So, what, according to you, sir, would be the best way to harness such an increase, an exponential increase in Pakistan's youth population from Norway's perspective?
I think you're right. The youth bulge is it's a huge possibility for Pakistan. You have a population which is, if I'm not mistaken, 70% are under the age of 35.
That's correct.
So this is a huge potential. These are a lot of young, enthusiastic, strong, energetic people coming into the workforce every year. Of course, the challenge is then how to see to it that these people, I think there is as much as a couple of million a year entering the workforce.
Yes.
What is needed in order to make them parts of the economy? I think that is, your government, this is one of their main challenges, and they are fully aware of it, and so are we. I think the main challenge is how you need to do something with your education system, the basic education. I've been told that perhaps as many as 22 million kids under 16, between the age of 6 and 16, are not in school.
That's correct.
In addition to that, quite a few drop out of school before the age of 16, which means that a big part of those entering the market, the workforce, is not able really to write and read. So that needs to be improved, and I know this government is fully aware of that. And then you need to improve what we call the technical and vocational education and training.
Yes.
So this is where we and other donors have tried to make an effort to see how we can assist Pakistan on this.
You mentioned technical education and vocational training. Now, often we find that the narrative over here, whether it's from NGOs or political parties, the emphasis is on employment. But beyond that, there is a certain level of detail that is missing from our discourse. So when we speak of technical education and vocational training, what challenges do you think that sector faces in Pakistan?
I think there are several challenges. One of them, as I already mentioned, is the basic level of education when young people enter technical and vocational training. I think there is a need to improve what we call the TVET sector.
Yes.
In itself. Better teachers, better curriculum, have a standard that is internationally accepted. Through the program that we are supporting now together with the EU and the Germans, we are assisting government in doing this, and some steps have been taken. So this is one challenge. The second challenge is to the need of jobs. I mean, as I mentioned, so you need. And the third is to how do you connect these two? There are young people coming into the workforce. There are jobs being developed, and then how do you match these two? And I think and to get enough number of jobs, you do need economic growth. Pakistan has done very well. It has had economic growth of 5-6%.
It has
during the last few years, but that needs to continue. And in order to just to keep track with the youth bulge, economic growth have to come up probably to 7 or 8%.
Okay.
Which means you need investments, internal investments, foreign investments from China and from other countries.
Ambassador, you mentioned that Pakistan requires investment, and this is in keeping with the population bulge. Just able to keep up with that demographic is also very, very important. But another force that is cognizant of what you have said, I'm sure you're aware, there's a new government. It took office 5 weeks ago, both in their manifesto and both in the speeches that is made by all tiers of their leadership. There is constant emphasis on employment or maximization of employment. Do you think their agenda is able to dovetail with how you mentioned Norway, the European Union and Germany are coming together to try and raise the standard of such vocational training and technical education?
That's the goal. That's what we are hoping for. We have worked well with previous governments on this, and when I hear see the manifestos and hear what the new government is saying, that really gives me hope that we will be able to continue. I think the goals are the same. Obviously. More jobs, more economic growth, a better future for Pakistan.
We're going to take a break. गुफ्तगू इसके बाद जारी रहेगी. रहिएगा हमारे साथ. Welcome back to दो राय. गुफ्तगू जारी है नॉर्वे के सफीर साहब के साथ. Ambassador, we just mentioned how the government of Pakistan and the European Union, Germany and Norway's goals towards employment and towards vocational training are in a manner dovetailing. But another part of this discussion is the private sector. How do we emphasize vocational training, and especially when the emphasis is often on Ustad Shagird, which is teacher, apprentice, to somehow segue that into corporate best practices? Do you think that's an uphill climb, or it's doable, it's reachable?
It's an uphill climb, but it should be doable.
Okay.
And you're right. The technical and vocational education should be demand-driven, meaning that it should have in mind what are the needs of the business sector, the industrialists. Also, the service sector is important here. So that means that we should work for public-private partnerships. There is also a responsibility, a corporate social responsibility for the private sector to employ trainees, to give them jobs, to cooperate with provincial and federal authorities to design the technical education system in a way which make young people coming into the market employable.
Yes. One thing that people are very interested in hearing about is women in the workforce. Pakistan has traditionally tried to improve those indicators, but the road ahead is very, very long. Unfortunately, when there's a discussion on employment, often that vital gender component is missing. And I think the emphasis is that you try to segue gender with employment, and you speak about how to maximize female participation in the workforce. Is there a perspective on that?
There is a perspective in the TVET program that we are supporting to what in development language is called gender mainstreaming, which means that the gender aspect should be taken into consideration all the time. And you're right. I think I mean I'm as new as the new government. I care even newer. I arrived 1 week after Imran Khan took his oath.
Yes.
So I'm not an expert, but what I have read that only a little over 20% of Pakistani females are in the workforce. That is a problem for women, but it's a huge problem for the economy of Pakistan.
Yes.
More than 50% of the young people coming into the workforce, or who should be coming into the workforce, are women. And if you take away 40% of them, suddenly
there's a massive drop.
It's a massive drop,
yes.
And it's a brake on economic growth. You don't utilize the workforce the way you should. This is also a problem in European countries, and one of the main where we have an opposite problem, that you have an elderly population,
yes,
aging
population.
And then it's even more important that young people, men and women who are in the age of being in the workforce, that they participate.
When we speak of the TVET sector and in terms of the way forward, are there any key achievements that come to mind, and also how to extrapolate from those key achievements as we look to the future?
Well, the key achievements are that you have a TVET national policy there.
Yes.
You have an apprentice legislation in place. It was accepted by the National Assembly not so long time ago. And there are also other things. I mean, frameworks, regulations, these kinds are starting to get in place. And that was during the first phase of the program that it was completed now. What is needed now, and what this second phase that we have we are in now, is to help to implement this on the ground, so to speak.
Would you think there's a way to be able to bring the same TVET sector, and this is a different iteration of a question I know I've asked previously, to bring it at par with international best practices?
It is possible. I mean, there are standards, best practices which are out there to be implemented, so to speak, and to implement in the whole society, that businesses and the TVET educational system adopt this. And what I'm told, we are on our way in that direction. And then, of course, it's a huge job. It's an uphill job, but you have to start somewhere.
One last question, Excellency. What are your key messages to the TVET sector stakeholders?
I think my key message is that Pakistan has there is a great opportunity in this youth bulge with a lot of young, enthusiastic people coming into the workforce, and the key message is Pakistan and with the assistance of good partners have to see to it that you have a TVET system which is able to bring these people into the workforce in a way which is good for them, which is good for business, and which is good for Pakistan.
Ambassador, on this note, we'd also like to introduce Aisha, who is, I think, a great example of the TVET sector support program. So we're going to play a bit from that trajectory as well. Thank you so much for your time and for being able to give us your very valuable insights.
मैंने पाकिस्तान स्कॉलर्स अकेडमी से की। मैंने अपना इंटरमीडिएट कंप्लीट किया। मैं बिल्कुल फ्री थी और मैं चाहती थी कि मैं कुछ करूं, बट मुझे कोई रास्ता, कोई प्लेटफॉर्म नज़र नहीं आता था। मैं जॉब करना चाहती थी, बट मुझे था कि मेरे पास तो कोई इतना स्किल है नहीं, या मैं कोई इतनी ट्रेंड नहीं हूँ। और फिर मैंने जब ये प्रोग्राम देखा टेक्टा का, CBT बेस्ड ट्रेनिंग, मैंने कहा यही मेरी ड्रीम है कि मुझे शेफ़ यूनिफॉर्म बहुत फैसिनेट करता था। CBT बेस्ड ट्रेनिंग में बच्चे की हेजिटेशन ऑफ इक्विपमेंट और जो एक खौफ होता है किचन से, स्टोव का, वो ख़त्म हो गया था हमारा। मैंने अपनी इंटर्नशिप कंप्लीट की सरीना होटल में। मैं बहुत ज़्यादा शॉक भी थी, खुश भी थी, परेशान भी थी, लेकिन मैंने उनसे कहा सर आप मेरे साथ मजाक कर रहे हैं। मैंने यहाँ पे जॉब के लिए अप्लाई किया एज ए कॉमिस शेफ़, कॉमिस 2, और मुझे अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जॉब मिल गई। और कॉलेज ने मुझे मोटिवेट किया, मुझे सपोर्ट किया, और मेरे लिए बहुत इजी हो गया हर चीज़ को हैंडल करना। ये जो CBT बेस्ड ट्रेनिंग एंड असेसमेंट है, मेरे करियर में मेरे लिए बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ायदेमंद हुई है, क्योंकि मुझे जो था इंडिविजुअली टीचर का टाइम मिला, उसकी तवज्जो मिली, और मुझे पता था कि मेरी वीकनेसेस क्या हैं। यही मैसेज दूंगी सब लोगों को कि आप गिव अप ना करें सिचुएशन से। टफ सिचुएशंस आती हैं, बट टाइम के साथ साथ सब कुछ सॉल्व हो जाता है। स्ट्रगल करेंगे तो सक्सेस मिलेगी, और जब सक्सेस मिलेगी फिर आप भी सक्सेस को एंजॉय करोगे।